Hey everyone, I'm Naima and welcome to Oursocialtalks. So today we're going to have another candid moment and I'm going to be talking about my experience with perfectionism. So I am a huge perfectionist. I feel as if I tie my self-worth, I tie my self-image, my self-value, I tie almost everything into my performance, whether it's my performance in education, whether it's performance within my employment, whatever it is. I feel as if I am not the top, if I'm not, the highest performing, then I'm somehow deficient. I'm somehow not worthy. I think when I fall short of my expectations, I am very quick to I'm very quick to talk down to myself. I'm very quick to beat myself up, put myself down. And not only is being a perfectionist just in that of itself, damages my self-esteem, but it also damages my self-esteem when I beat myself up about things. And so being a perfectionist, it is really, really, really like a hard thing to kind of get over, because for me it stemmed from my childhood. So growing up, I didn't really receive a lot of attention. Like I had like the whole middle child syndrome thing. Like my mom was just very much focused on my siblings, things that were going on. And so for me, the only time I would get any type of recognition was because when I did something good. And so for me, that is when I first started thinking, okay, well, I'm only worthy if I'm getting good grades, and I'm only worthy of attention if I pick up extra shifts, and I work really hard, and I break my back making sure that everybody's good, because that is what I've been conditioned to. I've been conditioned that you don't get any type of attention unless you're doing something for someone else, or that you are somehow going above and beyond and you're being recognized for some type of good work. And so now as an adult, I'm realizing that one, people do not care about your good stuff. Like people don't, unless you're directly helping them make some type of money or some shit like that, like people don't really worry about whether or not you're top of your class. They don't tend to worry about whether or not you're top percentage of your fucking field. Most people care about, are you good at your job? Are you a good person? And half people don't even care about that. And so I'm just learning that being perfect gets you nowhere in life. Being perfect, all it serves is just to stress me. Being perfect, all it does is to make me more depressed. All it does is make me feel bad about myself. And so how do I get over being a perfectionist? I'll let you know once I get there. But what do I do to at least cope with it? I think for me, it's just giving myself grace. I really have to just be patient with myself, not putting myself on a higher pedestal than, what I would put somebody else on. I would, just not tie my self-worth into everything that I'm doing good. So it's like sometimes when and this is kind of monitoring my self-negative talk, because it's like if I do something bad, I'll just be like, fuck, now you're a dumbass, like what the fuck. And then I have to stop myself and I think, hold on, I know you fucked up, but that fuck up does not, it doesn't define me. It doesn't, take away from my self-worth, number one. And then number two, it's reminding me that my words matter, and that even if I forgive myself, and I shouldn't even have to forgive myself, but you get what I'm saying, even if I get over the mistake, the words that I've used to describe myself, that still matters. And so just having to be mindful of how I treat myself is my best way of how I deal with being a perfectionist. Now, if you have any comments, or not even comments, if you have any suggestions, if you have any tips and ideas of how you deal with your perfectionism, please make sure that you drop them down in the comments, because not only does somebody else need help, but your girl could use help too. So thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you guys later.